Hello, hello. We are live today. It is Monday, May 8th, 2023, and we are here for the daily transmission. Please say hello wherever you are. If you are on Instagram, then I will see you shortly. And if you are listening over on Substack or maybe you're on Spotify, would love to hear from you too. Krista, how fucking crazy is it that you are here this morning? I am just okay, because not this morning I was in meditation on my mat at my yoga studio, and I was just, the thought like floated, in and out. Hey, maybe like go look and see if you still have some of your old ebooks. Like, hey, maybe go look and see if you still have some of that old like emotional authority content. Right. So so I went and I was looking up, our old content, obviously. And I was just literally moments ago perusing through some of the old human design work that we created together. So good morning, Krista. So good to see you. We have got quite a week, not even this week, next week. I'm just already like projecting ahead, looking at what's going on next week. So maybe let's not do that. Maybe let's just like be in the now, and talk about what's going on this week. So what I'm thinking about doing, for those of y'all who maybe been tuning into the transmission for a while, I'm thinking about making Monday like our primary, week ahead, like kind of forecast preview, whatever, and get like the whole Astro rundown so that you can like think ahead, like feel ahead a little bit, but only a little bit. And then the rest of the week we can talk about like the thoughts and kind of unpack the experience of the movements that are going on up there. So anyway, I just and if we like it, we like it, and if we don't, then we'll just keep flowing here, right? So yesterday we had Venus enter Cancer. I may have touched on this a little bit last week. Venus entering Cancer. So listen up, heads up, like not like alert, but like yellow light, because when Venus enters Leo, we do have a Venus retrograde this year. Venus retrograde doesn't happen every year. So this is something to just like keep an eye on. So we've got Venus in Cancer now. Wherever Venus is in your chart, look at the house. That's a good place for you to recognize where you need a little more self-care, a little bit more nurturing, a little bit more space to almost tipped over my tea, to emotionally evolve, which is, I think, what inspired me really to, oh, hey, like go see if you still have that emotional authority book somewhere, because Venus in Cancer, this is a really good time for us to be doing some inner child work, some reparenting, and even just spending time in a place that lets us feel safe and good and ready to emotionally express, and with people who make us feel that way as well, and creating more of that space. So if you don't feel like you have a space to do that, or people with whom you can share yourself like that, this would be a really good time to dial into, well, what is it that makes me feel safe? Now, where you're going to get more specific on this is looking at what house this rules for you. So for example, those of us with a Gemini rising, Cancer rules the second house. And so the second house is the house of money, the material world. Now, Venus rules this house actually. So this is a really good time for those of us, right? Like, I'm getting ready to relaunch something. I'm getting ready to, put some more feelers out there. This is a really good time for paving the way for financial abundance to come through. So wherever Venus is, or wherever Cancer is in your chart, you're going to want to look at the house to get a little bit more context there. Now, tomorrow with the 9th, we've got Uranus Cazimi, right? So Cazimi is when we've got a planet that is in conjunction with the sun. So the sun is like, it's like a new moon, basically, like, but for a planet, and so the sun is just like shining all of its light on this particular thing, like it is, or I guess you could say like we're eclipsing it. And so with Uranus Cazimi, this is like your inner rebel wants to come out, like the part of you that wants to be innovative and different and forward thinking. This is the part that is ready to come out tomorrow. And so I feel like this is like such an auspicious week for creating relationships, or to be planting seeds in places where like you feel good, like you feel good to feel as much or as deeply as you can, that you feel like you've got a place to fully express yourself and your thoughts and your ideas, that you've got a community of people who want to work together toward this common goal, you know, have a shared vision of what things could look like. That's very much the energy of the week. Now, that said, today we do have a void of course moon for a good chunk of the afternoon. So I wouldn't encourage you to like have a lot of super heavy conversations today, especially because of where the moon is, right? So we're going from Sagittarius to Capricorn, and you know, I have a moon in Capricorn, so I I don't, you know, specifically align to the belief that like moon in Capricorn is cold, because it's not necessarily cold, it just does what it needs to do, right? It has resolve, let's say. And so you know, if we're looking for emotional tenderness, it's not always the most tender place to be. So that's really what we've got going on, like mostly for this week. We've got some other like more, I wouldn't say minor, but other movements going on that really are indicating that it's time for us to start like looking forward in terms of like, I don't like really using even the word planning anymore, because planning implies that you need like all of your steps and you need to know everything that's going to happen, and that you need to like, I don't know, work ahead. And that's not what I, you know, want to emphasize, but I do want to emphasize some sort of clarity in the desired outcome, right? And the desired result. Like we're getting clearer and clearer now on what it is that we really want, away from societal expectation, away from like the normal thing to do, and we're allowing ourselves to feel into that and to really emotionally like not just have acceptance, but like excitement and resilience and resolve and like ready to move forward. So it's a lot of what we've got going on this week. And then toward the end of the week, actually next Sunday, we've got Mercury going direct. Thank fucking God. I don't know about y'all, but this Mercury retrograde has not been fun. And I mean, all of this is, you know, not all of this, but a lot of this is going down in the sign of Taurus. All right. So we've got the Uranus Cazimi going on in Taurus. So that's Uranus and Uranus and the sun, right? So it's like your inner rebel, the innovator, the forward thinker, that is just getting lots and lots of love and attention right now in the sign of Taurus. And the Taurus, of course, we've been talking about this for, you know, weeks now, preparing for our eclipse that happened on Friday. But we've got this this duality, right? Where it's like, in order for me to accept the abundance, in order for me to accept the financial, material prosperity that I'm allowed to have in my life, I need to believe that I'm allowed to have it. You cannot see opportunities to go bigger. You cannot see opportunities that are meant for you if you are so tunnel focused on what you thought was the plan. I talk to people all day who, you know, they come to me and they're like, I did everything I was supposed to do. I you know, followed the rules, and I went to school, and I had, you know, the marriage and the kids, and I did the thing, and I'm just like not satisfied the way that I feel like I'm supposed to be. Like the thing that they sold you, you did not get what they sold you. And so that's where a lot of this begins is, well, what is it that's actually in alignment for me? You've been so tunnel focused on this thing that you thought was supposed to be the goal or the outcome, that it blurs away everything else. And so this is a really great opportunity for you to just pause and breathe, especially this week, because next week is going to start moving fast. Okay. If you feel like things have been moving quickly, like don't even, like, just buckle up. Next week is fast, fast, fast. So much going on. So I won't even get you like there yet. I just want you to breathe and take stock of all of the things that you have reflected on and learned over the last 2, 3, 4 weeks, and reflect on what it is that truly needs to be released, where you need to plant new seeds in order for you to have the experience that you really want. And if you still don't have clarity on the experience that you really want, I encourage you to do things that are like not what you would think. I don't want you to like journal about it. I don't want you to like respond to prompts. I want you to like not think about it. Not think about it. Kind of like I was saying earlier, that this morning I was on my yoga mat, I was in my mantra, and I did my flow, and then I got up at the end and was in my meditative state, and like just a gentle thought floated in and out. Hey, what about those emotional authority ebooks you used to have? And that's the kind of stuff, right? Like, oh, like, what about that? I wouldn't have been able to have that thought or that experience probably if I was so stuck in my to-dos for the day, if I was so stuck in my head and trying to think about it. If the answer was in your head, then you wouldn't still be spinning around in there, right? So I encourage you, if you're lacking clarity, if you're still in a space where you're like, I don't know what I want, I don't know how to speak up, I don't know like what my inner rebel wants, I don't know what's going to make me feel safe, I don't feel like I have a place to go to feel safe, to express myself. I want you to stop. I want you to breathe. And I want you to do something away from screens, away from thoughts, whether that is a meditation walk, whether that is going to the park and moving your body. Like, I'm very partial, obviously, to yoga, but like, do something that makes sense to you. Whether that's breath work, mantra, there are all kinds of things that we can do. There are so many tools that we have. Use them. Okay. So that's it. That's, I think, all I really have for today. Couple of things super quick. So I've got a paid subscriber AMA on May 18th. So this is for folks who are subscribed to my Substack. If you want to come and bring your chart and bring a question, just like I've got my Dear Mama Capricorn column over on the Substack, you can come and right, I think we're going to do this probably once a month. Come live. And I also have a chat like feature. So if you can't come live, I'll have a place for you to drop a question, drop your chart, and I can answer it on the AMA. And then lastly, just wanted to mention that I am relaunching my incubator program soon. So this is going to be open to 6 people. I think we're going to open it up to 4 months this time rather than doing 3, just because I think we want a little bit more time to bookend for reflection. So really excited about that. More info coming soon. I'm about to head into my 3rd and final month with my current incubator program, and I'm just already so like proud mama like moments. They are doing hard things. They are having big conversations with people in their home. They are putting themselves out there professionally. I mean, it's just like astounding what can be done in just a few months. And so I'm really excited to get to facilitate that for another group. So again, subscriber AMA, that's on May 18th. If you want to join that, you'll have to be a paid subscriber on May 18th for the Substack. And if you want to be in that incubator program and you want information like now, just send me a DM over on Instagram, or you can just stick around and wait for the info to come. So I will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. for another transmission. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow, friends.